friends. Yes, it's Mrs. Davis. And I'm going to read you a really funny story today in the happy place to grow, all things summer reading fun. Now, we have been getting together recently and we've been learning about things under the sea. Under the sea. I thought it would be fun for us today to take a little adventure on shore and join Lucille Calondro as she tells us about the old lady who swallowed a shell. This is going to be a fun story. I love Lucille Calondro's versions of The Old Lady Who Swallowed because she swallows lots of crazy things and in the end she sneezes or hiccups or burps. Some way, shape, or form, all the things come back out and form something related to her topic. So, since it's summer, since we've been doing all things beachy and oceany, let's enjoy a fiction story. Of course, nobody should be swallowing these things in this manner. We know this is make-believe, but let's have fun and see what the old lady comes out with. And, of course, how she comes out with it. Now, I want you to pay close attention because when we're finished, we're going to join this old lady and see what order, if you can remember the order of things that she swallowed. And I have worn my old lady hair because, you know, you got to get into character. That's what I love about reading stories. Your imagination can just go bananas and you can have fun with stories, or if you're doing nonfiction, you can learn and grow. So let's enjoy. There was an old lady who swallowed a shell, which no one should be doing, but enjoy. I know I'm going to. I love too that Lucille Calondro also uses rhyming words, which help the story to flow. Here we go. There she is. It looks like the setting of the story is at the beach, at the shore. You can see sand, bird, a seagull, palm trees, blue sky. Here we go. There was an old lady who swallowed a shell. I don't know why she swallowed a shell. She didn't tell. Shall tell. They rhyme. That's funny. Everybody is wondering what she's going to... She swallowed a shell. She's at the beach. What do you think's next? Let's take a peek. Whoa. There are a few clues in the picture to what she's going to swallow next. What do you think it's going to be? Let's turn the page. Aha. It looks like some kind of crustacean. Yeah. Is it a lobster? Is it a crab? There was an old lady who swallowed a crab. Why did she grab that crawling crab? Grab, crab. I never know why she's doing this. So shell crab. And in the darkness of her tummy, that crab is floating. There's no lights in your stomach, obviously. She swallowed the crab to live in the shell. Did you spy that? Oh, maybe that's why she swallowed the shell. I don't know why she swallowed the shell. She didn't tell. Hey, if you remember some of the lines because they rhyme, read with me at home. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Here's what's next. I'm going to have to just fold out this whole page right here. Whoa, Lark. Now you can eat crab. And you can eat fish, but not swallowing it whole. Oh my goodness. There was an old lady who swallowed a fish. What a trickly dish, that swimming fish. Trickly like water. Let me talk like an old. There was an old lady who swallowed a fish. I like to have fun with stories. What a tickly dish, not trickly. Oh, that swimming fish. You know, in your old age, you gotta look closer at the words. Wow, this fish's face, the expression. I love too how illustrations aid to our understanding and enjoyment of a story. Oh boy, friend fish over here. Like, am I next? Now, I see over here a few things. What do you think's coming next? So we've had the shell and the crab, and now a tickly fish. Whoa, and they're in the darkness of the stomach. There's no light bulbs in there. She swallowed the fish to catch the crab. She swallowed the crab to live in the shell. I don't know why she swallowed the shell. She didn't tell. What? Now this is totally inappropriate for an old lady. You don't know it. We're not going to be swallowing any seagull. She did. She did it. Yikes. There was an old lady who swallowed a gull. It wasn't dull. That means boring. Wasn't boring. To swallow a gull. Dull. Gull. Whoa. Gull is not really excited about that. I mean, really? And, I mean, I guess we eat some kind of bird sometimes, like chicken, but not with the feathers on. Okay. Good thing this is totally fiction, but it's fun. In the darkness of the stomach, as the stomach turns, things are floating, free-falling in the dark. She swallowed the gull to scoop up the fish. She swallowed the fish to catch the crab. You know that. She swallowed the crab to live in the shell. I don't know why she swallowed the shell. She didn't tell. I'm glad you're reading along with me. That's fun. These are fun stories and easy to catch on to the pattern. Well, I wouldn't even imagine that she would swallow this next thing at the beach. It would be there, but a bucket or a pail. Wow. Interesting. There was an old lady who swallowed a pail. So a pail, bucket. You know, I love how words, you can have the same object and it can have different names. So it's good to know different ways to say the same thing. She didn't wail when she swallowed the pail. Wail means cry. Whoa! She didn't groan, she didn't wail. Look, she is just, she's an old thick grandma. You know, she's taking a dog on the beach. She just swallowed the pail. She swallowed all those things. Everything's in her belly. She's feeling pretty, no. Okay. Usually when the old lady stories are going on, she gets really large. She's not really getting that large. Inside the stomach, dun dun dun, moments later. Looks like there's a squabble in a situation. Oh my goodness. She swallowed the pail to carry the gull. Each thing in sequence does something to the thing that came before it. She swallowed the gull to scoop up the fish. She swallowed the fish to catch the crab. She swallowed the crab to live in the shell. I don't know why she swallowed the shell. She didn't tell. And I don't think I would either. So let's think. We've got the shell and the crab And then we had the fish and the gull in the pail. Is that correct? You know, if I'm trying to remember the sequence and order of a story, and there's a lot of things I have to remember in order, a good strategy, and you might try this at school this year, coming new year, is to go back in the story and double check your answers. You can go back and make sure that your order is correct. That's a good learner for sure. Okay, let's see what she's swallowing now. Whoa, 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 whoa. This would not be something. I have swallowed this. I will admit. I didn't want to. It was crunchy. It wasn't good tasting. And I have probably swallowed a lot of it in my lifetime because I've been to the beach a lot. What do you think it is? Crunchy? It's kind of tannish, grainy. Yeah, she swallowed some sand. Wow. Take a look at that whole picture. The illustrations are telling you a lot. There was an old lady who swallowed some sand. Oh, how bland to swallow the sand. So sand and bland rhyme. What do you think the word bland means? Bland. I love to, if I'm reading a fiction story or nonfiction, I'm gaining new vocabulary and I'm learning new words. Bland. Bland means dull, no flavor. And definitely sand is bland. I've crunched some. You just can't help it if you're at the beach and you're trying to eat a snack and you just, sand is everywhere, for sure. Okay. Well, she swallowed a lot of stuff. Oh, that makes sense. You know, one thing follows another and connects to the next. So the sand goes in the pail, right? She swallowed the sand to fill up the pail. I wonder why she did fill up the pail. She swallowed the pail to carry the gull. That's interesting. If your pail is, never mind. It's fiction. It doesn't matter. It all works. She swallowed the gull to scoop up the fish. She swallowed the fish to catch the crab. I don't know why. She swallowed the crab to live in the shell. I don't know why she swallowed the shell. She didn't tell. Hello? Everybody's a little nervous in the dark there. What's going to happen next? Uh-oh. Remember, at the end of her stories, all this stuff comes out. No animals were really harmed in the making of this book. What's next? What do you predict? What do you think? It's fun if you're reading a fiction story to make a guess, to make a prediction about what you think might happen next. Of course, it should be connected to the story in some way, but it doesn't have to be right or wrong. It's just your prediction. And then sometimes I predict and I make a guess and I'm like, oh, no, that's not what I thought. Or, yep, I knew it. So that's fun. There was an old lady, you know, she was the main character, who swallowed a wave. Yeah, there's lots of waves up the ocean, of course. She swallowed one. I have swallowed wave water before, have you? Not a whole wave. I played in waves. There was an old lady who swallowed a wave. Swallowing a wave was such a big hassle. It means it was a major pain. And I guess so, if you're swallowing a large wave. That she suddenly burped. That wasn't a very big burp. But hey, you know, she sneezes, she hiccups, she coughs, she burped in this one. Oh, funny. that she suddenly burped. Everything came out in that burp. Whoa. Good thing there's no humans around. They would say, "Oh, lady, you're disgusting." It all came out. But, you know, in Lucille Calondro's versions, something forms at the end. In the original old lady story, she dies. You know, that's kind of sad. But in these stories by Lucille, it's a happy ending for everything because they form something new. They're at the beach. She swallowed the sand, the pail, the gull, the crab, the fish, the shell. What is going to come out and form? Predict. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, that's fun. Something I love to do at the beach, and you probably do too. And built a sand. It was a hassle, but in the end, it built a sand castle. Do you like to go to the beach and see all of these wonderful, the scenery at the beach? Experience the sand, not in your mouth, but on your toes. And then a lot of kids during the day and adults love to build sand castles. And now they even have sand art. They have contests at the beach. This one looks pretty good for coming out as a burp. Well, I'm glad that the old lady got rid of all that stuff and she made a happy day at the beach. Yes. What'd you think? Is this what you guessed? Did you predict this? I brought along a sweet little sandcastle. When I was a little girl, I went to the beach and my dad took me in a beach shop and I bought this sandcastle for him because I was so happy to have a sandy, beachy adventure. And my dad kept it all those years. And then after he passed away, I took it and I kept it. It's a good memory of our time at the beach. That was really fun. I love a good fiction story. Okay, we said that when we're finished, we're going to be, okay, backwards, now upside down. Okay, I'm really out of sorts. Well, I am kind of old, you know, so it's okay. We're going to join this old lady, and we're going to put all of the items back into her in order. And again, you know, if there's a long list of stuff, sometimes I forget. A good strategy, if you're trying to remember the sequence or order of a fiction story, is to go back and check. And even if you do think you know, go back and check your work. That's a great test-taking strategy, a great comprehension strategy, one you can use when you get back to school. So let's do it. We'll keep you handy. I was able to download some pictures to go with our activity, and I got these from Teachers Pay Teachers. So parents, family members out there, check out this Teacher Pay Teacher online store. This is Live to Teach. That's who, and she's got all kinds of old lady story activity and connections. So she's a good one. I've gotten her stuff before. So I've got all the items that she swallowed, and there she is. And I'm going to just see if you out in audience land can help me. What we'll do is we'll swallow them and then stick them in order from the first thing to the last thing. All right. So what was the first thing she swallowed? Well, that one's pretty easy because the name of the story. Yeah. So I'm not even going to test you on that one. I'm going to go ahead and tape up the shell. Wait a minute. Old lady, swallow. This is something if your family members, I lost my tape. If your family members are able to download these and make these, they have little kid activities, smaller size. And there it is, smaller size for you, and you can make like a paper bag puppet where she swallows the items. Okay, she swallowed first, number 1, in order, the shell. What came after the shell? Okay, I'll give you a minute. Shout it out at home. Did you say the crab? Yeah, and what was the connection with the crab and the shell? The crab went to live inside of the shell. I love this time in reading her story. I really saw the connection of each thing that she swallowed and the order that she swallowed it. One kind of connected to the other. So wait a minute. Gulp, 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 gulp. Swallow, swallow. First shell, second crab, and they go together. Hermit crabs live in shells. Okay, what was next? The third one. Now, think about it at home. She swallowed the shell. She swallowed the crab. Was it the gull or was it the... I think it was the fish, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm going to go back into the story and I'm going to see. There's the swallowing of the crab. Oh, yeah. It was the fish. And this is totally appropriate if you're reading a story, you have a comprehension activity that you are trying to remember the order and sequence. A handy dandy tool. Check back. Gump, 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 gump. First shell, second crab, third fish. What came next? I think I know. I definitely... because I wasn't sure with the fish and the gull, but I know that the fourth thing that she swallowed was the seagull. Gump, 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 gump. Hey, it's fun to go back to and rethink about the story order once you read because it just refreshes your memory of what's going on. Okay, so she swallowed the shell so that the crab could have a house. And then she swallowed the fish. She swallowed the gull. And then what did she swallow to scoop up the gull? Yeah, that sweet little pail, which this version is white, but the one in the story was blue, but it doesn't matter because she swallowed a pail. If I wasn't sure though, I'm always double checking the story order. Gump, 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 gump. After, so first shell, second crab, third fish, fourth gull, and fifth pail to scoop up the gull. Let's keep going. What was next? Was it that? Oh, it's got a gritty and it's got a, you always do get some in your mouth. Yeah. After she swallowed the gull and the pail, remember to put into the pail, she really felt that it was important to swallow some sand. That was really bland. And it is. Crunchy. Not exciting. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, and the sixth thing, sand. What comes after the sand? We're getting down to the end. Did you say the wave? And hey, the wave really makes sense here because if you've got sand and grit, you want to wash it down. So that wave is a good idea. Let me see if I can get to the wave page. Yeah. Let's wash all that stuff way down in the deep dark of the stomach. Well, let's see how. We're going to swallow the wave. Yeah, let me move my seashell book. So first the shell. We don't know, she wouldn't tell. Crab, fish, fourth gull, fifth pail to fill up the pail, 6 was the sand, and then to wash everything down the wave. And then she made a big burp. I'm not going to do it again. No. I'm having trouble burping. I'm not a very good one, but you can do it at home. Let's burp out all that stuff because finally all this craziness made something fun at the beach. A sand castle. And if you have a sand castle, you have to have a moat for sure, because those waves will wash in at the end of the day. The last thing, she didn't swallow this, but out came a sand castle. That was so fun. And thanks for helping me put all of the items that she swallowed back in order from the first to the last. Well, that was definitely an adventure. And I know you're going to want to check out There Was an Old Lady Who Swallowed a Shell and some other fun stories, maybe at your local library, or you can go online and find a bookstore that can sell you these. Scholastic Books online you can purchase too. I love this collection by Lucille Calondro because they're fun, silly, and they're all about an old lady who is a bit crazy, but she is so sweet. All right, until our next time together, as always, hopefully you can get to the beach and have some beachy fun. You might run into a crab or see a seagull. You will definitely see a seagull. Maybe you'll be able to play in the waves. Don't swallow a large wave. And if you can avoid crunching on sand, you need to. Have fun this summer, but don't forget to dream and have some fun book adventures. There are so many stories and so little time to enjoy. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you real soon. I'm headed out to the beach. See you real soon.